Hello, I'm Franz. This is Andy.
Hello.
Hey, it is June 11th. This is the town hall for Concrete CMS. Happy summertime. Here we are. Things are really coming together. So let's jump right into it. If you have questions for us, go ahead and post them now. We got a lot to do, so we're going to be clipping along and moving fast. So, first big news item, probably somewhat obviously, Hope, is the new marketplace launched. So, well, we've been talking about this for many months, working on it basically since last year, and now it's up. So it's very exciting. We're still iterating on it, making improvements, changing things around, all that. But it is there, and it looks great, and people are buying stuff, and people are reviewing stuff, and we are pretty stoked. So thank you, everybody who has helped with that. Thank you, everybody who has suffered through the pain of making new project pages or reassigning licenses, some of the stuff that we just couldn't figure out a way to fully automate. Appreciate you, and we are excited to have this kind of built in a way that we can easily add to it, manage with it. Kind of the last piece of our stack that needed to be modernized. So it definitely feels really good around here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anything you want to add on that, Andy? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I don't think so. Just it's been a long time coming, and happy to see where it leads.
True facts. Other news, there is a cool accessibility webinar that you can sign up for to learn all about web accessibility, how to make websites for folks with reading issues and others. And geez, I probably should be showing something. Do we have a page to show here or a link? Here it is. Well, maybe Jess can put that in chat. Oh, there's Jess. Hello from Florida. Good morning. Nope, no link. Okay, well, I think that's on our blog. Let me see. If I post it like this, does that help? Oh, that should make it easy. There you go. Just key that link in real fast off of the stream, and you're good. Let's see. Where is this, Jess? I think we have it in our blog. If you go to our homepage, you can find the link to sign up for said web accessibility webinar there. So enjoy that. All right, moving right along. This is the time where we shout out people who are going above and beyond in the community. Andy, do you want to take a stab at our thanks section?
Sure. Thank you to everyone who submitted code during the last month. That includes Biker Dave, P. Zostock, Alexander, M. Locati, and Biplobe. And thank you to everyone who submitted GitHub issues during during May. That includes Gutig, Hostco, Donaire, Parasec, CSA, M. Locati, Nick Radering, Morier, Hishi, M5TS, Stephen D. Malloy, PRB T 2016, Nubish, TM Designs, and Ashrita Bros. And thank you to everyone who submitted documentation and posted in the forums as well. The specific documentation I'm thinking of is submitted by Luane. So thank you for that. And thank you to everyone who has been testing the new releases of Concrete as well. I know we've gotten some pretty quick 9.3 releases recently due to the marketplace, as we already mentioned. That's the sort of flagship feature in the 9.3 release. And thank you to everyone who has been making sure that that is delivering on its promises. Thank you all.
Absolutely. And additionally, a special thanks and shout out to the PRB, John, Noor, and Enlil, who have been stoically hanging with us as we continue to iterate on the interfaces for approving stuff there. And, dealing with a combination of a whole new infrastructure for dealing with extensions and also kind of policy changes around what we're doing. A lot of moving parts there, and appreciate you guys sticking with us and having a positive attitude and a can-do work ethic. So that is noticed and beloved.
Nice.
Here's a somewhat more readable link. And check this out. I can share my screen. There we go. Go to our blog. You'll find this page. Elevate your digital presence with this free webinar on web accessibility. Pretty cool stuff that's coming up on June 18th. Look at that. Kind of have our act together after all. All right. Okay, so I think this is the time where we actually go check in with the PRB, who I was just shouting out. So, Jess, do you have that video? Oh, here we are.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the June 2024 Marketplace News. I'm JP, and today I'm bringing to you Zen Countdown by developer Darius Garris. This package provides a block to place a simple countdown on your Concrete CMS site, with options to hide the counter, display a message, or forward to another page or URL upon completion of the countdown. Zen Countdown is $15 a year in the marketplace and is compatible with version 9+. That's all for this month. Everyone stay tuned. We'll have some more fun stuff for you next month. Until then, everyone take care.
Awesome, awesome. Oh, look at that. Andy came back magically. Sweet, yeah. Thanks for reviewing that stuff. It's amazing that anything got approved at all the moving parts. So cool to see that activity.
Nice.
What are we doing now? Behind the blocks. Why Portland Labs stopped tracking time and moved to weekly logs. Oh, okay. This is the part where we talk about things that we've learned in 30 some years of building websites and running interactive media shop. I've had to track time when I've worked at big consulting companies before, and I don't think anybody ever really enjoys it. It's always this kind of like feels kind of tedious and fussy, and you got to do it on certain things, particularly if you're billing time and materials. Obviously, you need to track what you're billing there, and we still end up doing that on the rare occasion that we're billing hourly. We didn't for a long time, and then we started to because I think we just convinced ourselves that business is about testing ideas and measuring the results, and if we're not measuring where our time goes, how do we know? It's kind of like not measuring the gas in your car. Like, this is the fuel that makes the business go. And so without tracking time, how can we possibly know how much effort things went into what and what the costs involved? And so tracking time, and that's as delightful as you would imagine. And I don't know. I have always found that my coach asked me to track my time 2 weeks out of the year. Set some, maybe not right around New Year's, set some normal part of the year, track your time for a week or two, and you will always find that how you think you are spending your time is not actually how you're spending your time. Stuff that you thought was only going to take 5-10 minutes takes an hour. Stuff that you thought would take a long time takes very little. It is illuminating to do on occasion, but it can be really exhausting to do every day, all day. And then we've just found we weren't really using that data for much. Rarely do we track anything, or rarely do we build time and materials. Usually we're doing fixed bids or just working on internal stuff. So it wasn't like I really needed it for invoices all the time. And I just didn't have I don't have the bandwidth to go into somebody's timesheet and be like, oh, it seems like you spent a lot of time doing this versus that. I'm sure somebody else does. I just never really, it didn't give me that a transparency into what did we actually do that I was looking for. And so this year we started doing something different, which I think is pretty important when you are building a business. You got to try stuff that works and try other stuff. Let's see if I can actually share my screen. I think this is, I can get away with sharing this one. It's not particularly sensitive. We built this weekly log format, and I kind of took the inspiration of if you were running a restaurant, you would have almost a clipboard at the end of the day. Hey, let me know how things went. Fill out the clipboard that you cleaned up and let me know where we're at with burger meat or wherever. And so that's kind of the inspiration for this. So you start with the goals for the week, and you do that on a Sunday. Here's what I want to get done next week. You give it a snappy name. Define what the future state looks like. So not just something I'm just going to work on it, but really, marketplace product. We have clarity on what's going into services, platforms, and hosting in the marketplace 2.0 when we launch, right? This was a vague idea back in January. and I really needed to firm it up. And so what am I going to do to get there? Well, I'm going to make a list of listings that I think will go into each one of those, right? So you kind of break down your goal. What does it feel like when this goal is done? And then what are the next steps you imagine getting there? And then for every day, at the end of the day, when you're wrapping up, as you crack open that beer or what have you, just spend 5 minutes. Hey, this is what I did. It's not everything that you did in your day. Like, I don't need, like, answered this email, answered that email. It's the highlights. What are your plans for tomorrow? Anything that came up during the day as a blocker for what you're trying to do or a new concern to worry about. And then things that you had ideas about that are just totally a distraction. So this is when we were rebuilding our documentation, and it struck me, hey, I can just point ChatGPT to our docs and ask it to make up questions, and it'll totally like build pretty good multiple choice test questions out of that. Certainly as good as the ones we did years and years ago. So as a way to kind of seed a new certification, we could use ChatGPT. Well, that's cool, but like that's a later problem. That's very distracting and fun and nice to write down and worry about later. So that's notes and ideas. So you kind of do that every day, and then you get to the end of the week and you repeat for next week. Here's the goals for next week. And this is really cool. This gives me, obviously I'm not going to show you any more of this. This gives me transparency to what other people are doing. So when we do a Friday weekend review, and I put together a bunch of slides on here's the major accomplishments from the week, and so I can kind of quickly jump in here and pull out, oh, so and so did such and such. We're distributed office. We don't really work in the same room at all anymore. So everybody's very busy and bouncing around. A lot of kids in our lives at this point. So it's nice to be able to, when people have their own moment, be able to check in and see, like, is this person stuck? Are they making progress on stuff? I guess it gives me the knowledge I was hoping for out of time tracking. I feel like it's less burdensome than constantly turning on a clock next to every ticket and whatnot. And I think, to me, most importantly, I know I'm not perfect at doing this. Obviously, it is still tracking, so there is still that kind of like, ugh, I have to do this. But what's nice about this format as opposed to time tracking is if you spend 5 minutes at the end of the day just thinking about what I accomplished today, what my accomplishments today, were they what I thought they were going to be? How is it different? That's healthy reflection. And often I will find, as I'm doing my own, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, like I need to change priorities for tomorrow, or this approach isn't going to work, or this took less time than I thought. And like, I don't know, it's kind of like taking a breath and coming back to be like, well, am I on track? And if not, what can I do to get there? That has been helpful for me. So I don't know how many of you all have to fill out very detailed timesheets. And certainly if you are billing hourly to clients, you're going to need that data. So this might not be a replacement for you. But if you're kind of got a tight team and you're really just trying to wonder, like, who is waiting for who, and are we worried about the correct things, I would offer this is a really simple format to use, and has been powerful for me. So there you go, behind the blocks. I hope that's what you were looking for, Jess. Yes, just that looks great. Okay, now we're going to do a show and tell. Just found this site, and I think this is made by some active community members. Was this Noor and TM Designs, I believe? So this is a marine association, and it's a very attractive looking, modern theme. Those things count up when you scroll by. They've got a bunch of functionality in here. So here we go. Here's the exciting events calendar. Use the old concrete calendar there. Yeah, it's cool to see like actual filtering, and yep, there's the overlays working. So all that functionality is built right into the core of Concrete. No extensions required for what I'm seeing so far. Yeah, pretty good looking website. What else is going on here? They've got big old side nav. Looks like maybe it's gonna be a jobs board. Yeah, like kind of a opportunities section. Pretty nice looking stuff. So yeah, there you go. Okay, searchable little filterable jobs in the marina area. Very cool. Yeah, well, Trade Association for the UK Leisure, Super Yacht, and Small Commerce Marine Industry. Very cool. Nice good looking blog as well. Yeah. Good job, guys. Nice. Shout out to TM Designs and
Very
Nora.
cool.
Bravo. All right, gang. That is the news that I have got today. So I believe if there's anything else pressing, we're going to get back to work. We've got some more changes coming to the marketplace. Tweaks to the PRB back end. We've got some interface refinements on kind of the listing views and connecting to community and all that kind of stuff, just dialing stuff in as we go. So more coming there. Nothing unsettlingly major though. Like we have rocked the boat as much as we're going to rock it there. So once again, appreciate you all for moving your stuff over to the new marketplace, and excited about where we're going with it. And I'll talk to you all again in about a month. Thanks so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.